Alright guys, this is a recipe for teriyaki flavored chicken, and what you do is fill up a pan or a large plastic container and you use 7-Up and soy sauce. And you have to use a lot of soy sauce. That is 20 ounces of soy sauce, and we're going to use 2 liters of 7-Up. And we'll show you how we prepare the chicken for marinating. So you can use, what kind of chicken did you say?
Chicken breast, chicken legs, thighs, whatever you prefer, you know?
Any kind of chicken is alright, but the main ingredient is that you use soy sauce, a lot of soy sauce, and a lot of 7-Up, and you have to let it marinate overnight. The chicken is nice and orange and pink, and tomorrow it will be brown. It's supposed to soak in all the color, and it's really delicious. Alright, here we go. So we're just poking holes into the chicken, that way the juices get a chance to soak into the actual meat.
Yes, you did. Not
So that's a drumstick and a thigh attached?
Nope. It's called a leg quarter.
Leg quarter. That's a big chicken.
Ready?
Yep. There you go. So you just pour the entire bottle. You can take the plastic lid off the top and just dump it. You don't have to shake it. Yep. Just pour that whole sucker in there. Yep. That's the main ingredient right there, is the soy sauce. Peel the plastic lid off. Just dump it in there. Pour the whole 7-Up in there. So the citric acid that's in the 7-Up tenderizes the chicken. And then you just set it in the refrigerator and refrigerate it overnight. And then you just leave it in the refrigerator, let it refrigerate overnight. Alright guys, so this is day 2, the second day. The chicken has been marinating all night in the refrigerator in soy sauce and 7-Up. So, you know, you can't use this sauce for anything like a gravy or anything like that, because it's pure uncooked chicken poisoned with salmonella. So you got to cook the chicken for a long time, right?
Well, you got to cook it for about 45 minutes at about 400 degrees. Generally what I do is, you know, you heat the grill up, clean it down, make sure it's nice and clean. Then you want to get your temperature of your you know, on your knobs. You want to get it down to a nice even temperature. You don't want burnt chicken. So best thing to do is you put it on, you see how it goes for about 4 or 5 minutes, and if it's burning then you turn it down a little bit more. You want it about that happy medium. So basically what we do here is we just take the chicken out. And these are some pretty big pieces of chicken, as you can see. We're going to feast tonight.
And didn't you say that the chicken with the skin on it would have made it better?
I believe chicken with skin on it would make it better. A lot of people would disagree because, you know, the skin is the most fattiest part. But I've always liked chicken with a little bit of skin on it.
And as you can tell, these aren't, you know, genetically modified chickens. We were talking about this earlier, how, you know, KFC, the pieces of, you know, the drumsticks and the thighs, they're all like micro or small or mini, and you're like, did you notice how big that chicken was? It's because it's a full-grown chicken. You know, a lot of these other places, they don't let their chickens, they're counting their chickens before they hatch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
they're mass producing it so everybody can have their fried chicken from KFC.
So this Vallarta place where we got this chicken, man, look at how big those. I mean, that's just I guess that's just a normal grown chicken. I'm not used to seeing.
We're just not used to it.
And that's a breast right there. Look at how big these breasts are. Shit, that's one breast right there. Remember we asked them to have it? That's one breast right there. That ain't a turkey breast, that's a chicken breast. So as you can see, I'm hoping that you can see kind of the color of the chicken. You know, it turned a little bit brownish because of the soy sauce. And that 7-Up really is going to work on, you know, tenderizing the meat.
So now what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to cook this for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
About 45 minutes, probably maybe an hour depending. You want to leave the top up because once you close the top it gets too hot and chicken will start to burn. And like I said, none of us like burnt chicken. So.
And what about the flame? Is that high, medium, low, or how do you do that?
It's in between, probably in between high and medium. I might turn it up in about 5 minutes. Like I said, you got to kind of judge it, see how it's cooking the chicken. If it's cooking it too fast, you got to turn it down. If it's cooking it too slow, you got to turn it up.
Cool. All right.
And that's it. We'll show you a finished product when it's done.
Thanks, man. It's just something about burning meat. It's starting to look pretty good. As you can see, there is definitely signs of, is it scarring or charring?
Charring.
Charring. How long do you think they've been cooking so far?
I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes? I can tell that it's a lot firm and like they're not wiggling around, jiggling around so much. Starting to shrink in size too. But man, I know that's going to be delicious. Okay, so you know the sun's been going down. What were we going to say, Sean?
So basically what we want to do is we kind of want to cut into this to make sure that it's done. You know, we don't want to serve anybody you know, raw chicken.
Yeah, raw chicken is no bueno.
It looks pretty done to me. So a few minutes here, we're probably going to be taking it off. I don't know, YouTubers, what do you think? You think it looks pretty good? I think it looks pretty good. We said we didn't want it to get burnt. Unfortunately, these chicken pieces were really huge, and the fire kind of got out of control. It's not really burnt. The skin is kind of, you know, retracted and a little charred on the skin. But you know what? That's a good thing because when you get to the meat, what you're supposed to be eating, because it's, you know, healthy for you, it'll be nice and juicy and good eating, man. Good eating, I'm telling you.
So how long do you think they've been on now for?
I think they've been on for a good half an hour or maybe 40 minutes now. Getting ready to probably take them off soon. The ones I'm worried about are these breasts because they're really thick. You just want to make sure this stuff is done because, you know, once you take it off, it's hard to put it back on again. So you want to make sure that it's nice and done.
So what was the knife for? Is there a trick that you have or something that tells you? Is that kind of like a thermometer or something? You poke into it or stick into it?
You can buy yourself a thermometer at the store. It tells you how hot it is. I generally don't use them because I can tell just by cutting into it. But yeah, looks good to me. Gonna have some mashed potatoes and some bacon sauteed Brussels sprouts, and we're gonna go to town, man.
Yeah, we'll get a final image of. Maybe we'll use that as the cover photo, the thumbnail photo, the final outcome.
so good. Don't eat it all.
All right, so what's the name of this mashed potato dish you're making?
Parmesan mashed potatoes.
And what are the ingredients that you use for this?
I use Parmesan cheese, butter, milk, and some sour cream.
Two of the three. I don't like everything.
So you use like 8 giant potatoes. How much sour cream? About 8 ounces of sour cream.
Yeah, about a half a container.
And how much milk did you put in there? About a cup of milk?
Oh, a little bit less. You don't want it too runny.
And a whole stick of butter?
And a whole stick of butter, baby.
And what kind of...
Paula Dean would be proud.
So we got a late addition here. We decided to fry up a porterhouse steak. You got any steak cooking tips there?
No.
Not right now. Well done.